I googled common gender pregnancy symptoms.
No, you googled common gender pregnancy psi.otans.
Because I...
I feel subconscious in a sports bra with a belly like this.
I would tell you, massive baby.
It really hurts today.
Might be wet today.
His breast smells worse than yours, Niels. Can you not poke my belly?
Okay.
So, Niels. Oh, I love you.
You get so distracted and just talk to me.
Yeah, I know. First of... Sorry. Yeah, I do get distracted by the dog a lot.
Yeah, you do.
First of all, I am now 27 weeks pregnant, which is possibly the start of the third trimester.
I'm not sure yet.
According to this book that I have, Your Pregnancy Week by Week, I really can't speak in this. Let me find it. This week marks the beginning of your third trimester. For some reason I had 28 weeks in my head, and then I googled it because I got confused after this said that I was starting my third trimester now. I googled it and some places say 28 weeks, some places say 27 weeks, some places say 29 weeks.
29?
But not so many. It's usually 27 or 28. There was only one place that said 29.
Yeah.
What was I saying? But I'm going off 27 weeks just because 40 divided by 3 is 13.333 recurring.
Which is like halfway.
Which is like 26.6 recurring if you times it by 2. Which to me means like 27 weeks would make sense. I'm 27 weeks and depending on what source you use that could mean I've started my third trimester. I'm going to say I'm in my third trimester.
Or you're in the last week of your second trimester.
Yeah. But no, I'm just going to say I'm in my third trimester because everyone wants to rush into it at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Symptoms for this week are pretty much the same as most weeks. I do feel really short of breath, especially right now, but that's also because I put this sports bra on so I didn't have to take a shirt off for my belly shots. And it's really tight. Other than that, the rib pain's been bad. I've had a lot of pain in here, especially sleeping. I've had to pee a lot during the night, so it's pretty much all the same symptoms. The one thing that has changed is I literally said that I hadn't been dreaming much, and since I said that, I've had a dream every night. They're not any different. They are vivid dreams, but I've always had vivid dreams. They're no more vivid than they used to be. I'm having more trouble remembering them, but what are you laughing at?
The symptoms that you're supposed to be having.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, much the same. I feel like there was something I was going to mention and I was like, I got to wait till the end of the week before mentioning it and now I've forgotten it. But no, that's it. So we're just going to quickly go through...
Not quickly, there's 20 of them.
20 of them, okay. We're going to not so quickly go through what are they called?
These are, well, this article is called 20 Ways to Tell If You Are Pregnant with a Boy.
Yeah, they're like old wives' tales. That's old wives? Old wives. Can't remember. Wives?
Wives.
Okay.
Like you're going to be my wife?
Yeah, okay. The old wives' tales of whether you're having a girl or boy based off your symptoms. But the article Luke just randomly googled just then is boy specific because we know we're having a boy.
Baby's heart rate is slower than 140 beats per minute.
It was at the first ultrasound, but at every ultrasound it's been different. At the first ultrasound it was 138. At the next it was 168.
To clarify, it's in the first 12 weeks.
In the first 12 weeks. Well, in that case it's been 138, 168 and 150 something. And those were all 3 ultrasounds in the first 12 weeks. So I ended up going for 3 ultrasounds in my first 12 weeks. 4 if you include the 12-week ultrasound. Just because I went for a scan to check It was a dating scan because the cycle before this one was 60 days, so they have to do a dating scan because they have irregular periods. Or they don't have to, but they can. I also had a lot of pain, so they wanted to make sure it wasn't ectopic. It was in the right spot, but they couldn't see an actual fetus. They only had a yolk sac, so then I went back for another one. I would have been 7 weeks for the next one. And 7 weeks there was a heartbeat and all was good. It was all in the right place. I then had more pain again and had a bit of a panic attack and sort of went back just for my own peace of mind at 9 weeks. And then I didn't go back until my 12-week scan, which is the 12-week scan basically helps measure the baby's head size and all sorts of random things for like Down syndrome and like stuff like that.
There's 20 of these. This could take a while to tell a story for each one of them.
I can edit out some. So yeah, that was just completely irrelevant because 138, it sort of ranged between the 130s and the 160s.
Next one. Morning sickness that's not too bad.
What does that mean?
It has been suggested that pregnant with boy symptoms include less vomiting because higher hormone levels in girl babies cause worse morning sickness. Also states, if it's your first child, how do you know if the morning sickness is worse or not?
Yeah, that's weird.
So that's something you can have to...
It's also like, what do you consider morning sickness? Because I had severe morning sickness, as in I felt like and thought I was about to throw up all the time. I felt so sick. But I never actually threw up. And
yeah,
me as a person, I actually very, very much don't throw up a lot. Does that make sense? Like, I've only thrown up a couple of times since I was a kid.
Yeah. If we were going off
and all of them were of extreme circumstances,
yeah,
such as severe gastro or a litre of Jim Beam.
Which we don't recommend.
A litre of Jim Beam plus 6 bottles of mixed Jim Beam first. That's straight,
how you got pregnant, I don't know. Anyway.
Don't do that
now,
again.
If we go off this third one, we're having a girl.
Okay.
As you can probably read by now.
Lustrous hair.
Lustrous hair and skin. And it says, when up the duff with a boy, the old wives' tale say your skin is more likely to be pimple-free. And your hair thick and shiny because of the benefits of male testosterone. Please stop that. I have to sleep there.
Millie's just making a huge wet patch licking the bed. Right when Luke has to sleep.
As I was saying, lustrous hair.
My hair feels pretty good at the moment, but that's just because I just went to the hairdressers like 2 weeks ago.
Pimple-free skin.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Don't show them your back.
Yeah, I've got a lot more. I never used to get pimples on my back, and I've got pimples on my back now. But I've actually probably gotten less pimples on my face recently. I did have a couple of breakouts in the first trimester, but then I was also eating chocolate a lot.
Number 4. If it's all out front.
I only saw 3 fingers. Okay, never mind.
If it's all out front. Another long belief story is that if the pregnancy weight gain is heavy on the hips and bum, it's a girl, due to that pesky estrogen again. But if the baby seems to only be a bump out front, then it's more likely to be a boy.
No, I've definitely gained in my butt. I can't fit into any of my pregnancy genes that I got at the start of the pregnancy. Not at the start, but towards the start.
Yeah.
I also got sore hips, but that could be anything. I am gaining a lot out the front though.
Okay, I'm just reading number 5.
Okay. Oh, the dog's farted.
Number 5.
You're doing well.
Number 5.
My card ran out of room and then the dog farted.
A hankering for chips, not ice cream. There is a theory going around that if you crave salty, savoury foods, you're having a boy. And if the desperate desire is for sweet stuff, it's more likely to be a girl.
As I was saying before my card ran out of room, that one's hard because my first ever 2 cravings was corn jacks, which is salty savoury, and apple pie with vanilla ice cream, which is sweet.
And you're currently still having ice cream with chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
That made me go to Red Rooster for chips and gravy.
Yeah, no, at the moment I'm actually more but I'm putting heaps more sugar on my Weet Bix.
You are.
But I have been eating lots of chips with heaps of gravy on it the last week. That's probably a new thing for this week, is lots of gravy on chips from Red Rooster.
Yeah. It also says, what happens if you crave the old pregnancy favourite of, get the bucket so you don't vomit, pickles and ice cream.
Oh, no, I'll never crave pickles. Never.
There's no scientific evidence to back up any of these beliefs.
Sorry, I interrupted.
There's no scientific evidence to back up any of these beliefs.
Yeah.
That's what it says, so.
Okay, next one.
Number
6.
Thanks, I don't have my fingers. Big appetite. The old story that mums eat more when carrying boys seems to be fact, with a US study reporting that of 244 women tested, on average, those with boys on board ate 10% more than those with girls.
Yeah, but this is US.
Again, we have nothing to compare to.
Yeah.
We needed Tamika to be pregnant with a girl and just...
Yeah, that would have been good.
Compare.
Second pregnancy, bring it. Maybe her first.
We'll I thought you meant her second. I'm like, wait for her first.
No, I mean my second. We'll try and
that was a boring one. So
maybe not. She's getting married next year. She might be a bit quicker.
Number 7.
I have a big appetite now. Didn't at the start. Number 7.
Thank you. Keeping it on the down low.
Oh, does it mean carrying low?
The most popular belief about how you can tell what sex the baby will be is by looking at how you are carrying, with the theory that girls sit higher and boys hang down the bottom.
At the very beginning, when I first went to tell one of my best friends what the gender was, I made her guess. I was like, what do you reckon it is? And she was like, because she hadn't seen me.
Who's this?
Shay.
Shay.
She hadn't seen me, so she was like, well, tell me, are you carrying high or low? And I said I was carrying high because I was carrying up here at the time, considering baby was only down here. But now...
She can't get up.
Now I'm fat. Oh.
You've always been.
I don't know.
I'm joking.
I reckon now I'm low.
This would be a really good thumbnail.
Go away. It's too hot for that.
You smell.
Do you think I'm low?
Yeah, I think you're starting to get... That's really solid.
I do. It hurts so much at the moment. Like it feels really tight at the moment. It's hot.
The next one's like a prep to the fan.
No, because it picks up the sound of the fan really well.
The next one's something we can actually test.
I could probably open the window. We'll look like idiots if someone looks in.
And just sees us talking to the camera.
Oh.
Number 8. Thank you. We can test this one.
You know you've got pregnancy brain when you have to think about, did I hold the right number of fingers up?
The wedding ring spin.
I don't have a chain.
Tie your ring to a piece of string and hold it in front of your belly. If it swings backwards and forwards, it's a boy. If it goes round in circles,
I have a crystal pendulum, which would work the same.
Though some sites say it's the other way around, so it just goes to show you how reliable this myth is. To
me, circle, which means yes, would be girl, and straight, which means no, generally, would be boy. I need your chain.
Oh, okay. This is an expensive piece of string.
It's an expensive ring.
This is like the most expensive thing we've ever held. Now put it on your belly.
I'm gonna lay down.
Oh. Okay.
I'll give it a second. Ow, my hips.
Do you know how it works? There's a video if you want to know how it works.
I know how it works. I used to do this all the time. Okay. Is that a circle or is that straight? Trying very hard not to alter it.
It's trying very hard to be a circle, but that's a circle.
Circle?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very, very bad circle. It's circle is girl.
See what I mean? All these things say you're having a girl. No, you can say that. No. Oh. I always hook you up. Can I have that back now?
I used to do that all the time, but with a crystal. There you go.
Okay, well you can just talk about that while I put this back on. So what does it say?
That's it.
If it swings backwards and forwards, it's a boy. But if it goes in a circle, it's a girl.
See? Baby brain. I just had to think which hand I put my ring on.
It says say wedding ring. That wasn't a wedding ring.
It should work the same.
It's probably more expensive. No, I'm ready.
Well, read the next one. I don't read that one.
Yeah.
That's the wee trick.
Number 9.
I'm not peeing in a cup.
We can still say what it is. Number 9. The wee sorry. Get your face off my expensive chain. A wee trick. Like the pH of your pool, you can test your pee.
With Baking soda?
Adding
Bicarb
Drano,
soda?
drain cleaner, to your urine supposedly turns it green for a girl and blue for a boy. What if it's aqua? In fact, the many sites suggest this method could not agree what colour indicates what result.
I haven't heard that one, but I've heard one where you put... Is baking soda and bicarb soda the same thing?
Pretty much, I believe.
Okay, well
If
you
it's
put
not,
one
let
of
us know.
them. You put one of them in a cup of your pee, and if it fizzes, then you're having one, I think, boy maybe? I have no idea. And if it doesn't fizz, you're having the other. But, yeah. I don't know.
10! What happens when we get to 11? Oh, you have 2 hands, you get... Chinese birth chart.
According to that, I'm having a girl. I thought...
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, sorry.
That's what it says. Apparently an ancient Chinese document just requires the Chinese age of the mother and the Chinese month of conception to work out the sex of your child. You can try it here and it gives you a link.
Yeah, the one... Wait for cards to go past. The one thing you have to remember if you are going to do that one is to get the Chinese age and Chinese month, because they're not the same.
Sorry.
There's also the issue that I either conceived on September 30th. Is there 30 days in September?
There is. Well, there's at least 30.
September, yeah. So we either conceived on September 30th or October 1st.
We conceived on the grand final day.
Was that the day of the grand final?
I don't know.
I was in Queen.
It might have been.
I was at Grandma's house. Did I not watch the grand final with you?
No,
No?
you didn't.
Okay.
You're in
That'd be cool.
Bunbury. Hold
Don't
on.
distract.
Sorry,
But yeah,
Sorry,
I either conceived in September or October, depending on when I ovulated. So it was either, but I'm pretty sure both of the options ended up being girl anyway. So that one's wrong too. Have we had any boys yet?
Keeping it on the down low?
Yes, we've had one. Okay.
And the big appetite?
Yeah. Okay.
And the hankering for chips.
Yeah, but that was half.
Right. Yeah, but I just found it funny
A lot
that
of them are both.
the person who wrote this article put for the Chinese birth chart, but as the mother of twins, one a boy and one a girl, who I guess were conceived in the same month while I was at the same age, this method would have a definite 50% fail rate for me. Number 11!
Fair enough.
You had to think about that. The
I have
key
to
to
double
it
check
all.
that you don't randomly put 4 fingers up or something.
I'll trick you next time. A bit of a flaw with this method, you can't do this once you've read this.
What?
You can't do this once you've read this, so do I read it and
Well,
then do
you
it?
read it and then
Okay.
do it, if that's possible. I'll try not to read. Is it possible?
Okay, yeah, we can do this. I
Yeah?
just need to go get something.
Now I'm scared.
Well, I don't think it's only in here, so.
Ow.
Stay.
I'll just sit here and
Talk
get
to the
kicked.
camera.
Where's he going, Nils? Why don't you come into the picture with me? My mum... You can just wait. He's going to be 5 seconds. My mum's a kindy teacher, my mum's a kindy teacher and obsessed with books and has been her whole life. We literally have a library at her house. So I have access to a lot of books, especially kids' books, kindy teacher. My current books for reading to him this week are Wombat Stew, Grandma Loves Me, The Man from Snowy River, which was the first thing I ever read to him once I found out he could actually hear, possibly. But I read it from an actual collection of Banjo Patterson's verse. So now I've got a picture book to show him when he's actually born. And we're going on a bear hunt. Waiting patiently. I'm going to stop this for a second. BRB. He's just holding his fists. I don't know how to deal with this. Sit further back because I want to sit further back.
Okay, well, can
On a
you,
lean.
point the camera down so we can see some of this bed right here?
Okay.
That's what we have to... Yeah, like that.
Okay. Also just
Okay, so
realising
this is
how dirty our
a
bed is.
definite old wives' tale.
Okay.
Anyways. What's that?
A key. You want me to pick it up? I've already know this one, so it doesn't count.
Pick it up.
I've already tested this, and I pick it up with both hands.
So you meant to say I stood like 10 minutes out there attempting to get a key off my key ring.
Oh dear.
It took me 10 minutes and a knife and multiple almost stabbings to get this key off. For you to pick it up. How'd you pick it up?
I picked it up just then with my right hand, and I was going to pick it up with my right hand, even though I knew.
I'll do it then.
But right now, I pick it up with my left hand.
I'd pick it up. If you put that key in front of me, I'd go. Which means we'll go by me.
It's right hand.
No, there's nothing to do with right hand. Oh, you think it's like that? Okay then. Let's do it then. Come here.
You thought it was which way? Yeah, but you faced it a certain way. I always pick it up by the key bit.
How do you
By
pick
this bit.
By the thin bit?
Yeah.
A bit of fool with this method. You can't do this one if you've already read this. Place a key in front of a pregnant woman. If she picks it up by the top fatter bit, instead of by the long narrow bit. So which bit do you pick it up with?
The long narrow bit. This bit.
Okay, well if she picks it up by the top fatter bit, it's a boy.
So again, I'm a girl. Or
Well,
carrying a girl.
I'm carrying a girl, apparently.
Wow, I'm a girl.
Anyways, you can put that back on. I almost stabbed myself. So let's keep
It was
going.
worth it then. There's another one where it's like which hand you pick it up with. But, because me and Mika did that one. But no, I do, like, I will never really pick it up with this. I don't know why. Because that would make, it would make sense to pick it up by the fat bit so you can actually put it in the door.
You can put that back on there. I don't know which key that was. Stop throwing my keys around.
Is that off mine?
No, I couldn't get one of yours. I thought it was mine because it had the Eagles thing on it. Anyways, number 12. Thank you. That's 13. 12. Skinny dads. There seems to be some merit to this one. A Danish study showed that fathers who put on more weight during their partner's pregnancy were more likely to have girls. I haven't put on my...
Yeah, he's actually lost weight.
So... Boy!
Yeah, there you go.
Number 13.
Completely irrelevant that he just started work whilst
13! Let's go when we get to 20. The 15th century...
Oh,
sorry. I probably should have mentioned the first bit. Number 13. Best foot forward. The 15th century distaff...
Which foot you step off?
Gospels advise that those who walk with their right foot first are expecting a boy. Unsurprisingly, we can't find any research on this theory.
Well, that one's right, because I do walk with my right foot. Oh, is it walk?
Yes.
Because I push off with my right foot, left foot first ice skating.
Well, we're talking about walking.
Okay, walking I generally do right foot.
Boy!
Oh, I have to walk that way. Okay, that's unfair, because...
Just stand straight and start walking.
But no.
Start walking.
Yeah, no, I do.
There you go.
But then also BMX, I lefted.
14!
I gate with my left. Yeah, I gate with my left, so I have better control with my right, so that means I always do right.
Mother's intuition. Guessing the sex of your child, you expect to get it right 50% of the time.
Funny that, you can be 50-50 female and male.
But a new scientist study has proved that maternal instinct, where the mum-to-be just has a gut feeling, is proved right more often than not, with correct guesses around 70% of the time. Except you thought we were having a girl.
No, my first thought was boy.
But we wanted a girl.
But then I really, really wanted a girl. Yeah, but at the beginning I was actually disappointed we were having a boy.
We love you, Hayden.
It's got nothing to do with Hayden, just his gender. Wait, I'm explaining. At the very beginning, I instantly thought and knew we were having a boy, but then I really, really wanted a girl and did all these wives' tale things, and they pretty much all pointed towards girl. I also did the Ramsey theory, which has some scientific background that's been disproven by some people and proven by other people, and that pointed towards a girl as well. So I got really excited and was like, maybe it is a girl, maybe I've just been joking to myself, and it was a boy all along, so I was right the first time.
But we love him.
Mika picked boy too, and she's never been wrong, so...
15!
Couldn't you put your own hand up? You weren't even holding the phone.
Over-the-counter gender tests.
I didn't get one of those.
Available from the likes of Chemist
They were like
Warehouse.
$100.
These products are supposed to be able to tell you the sex of your baby from 10 weeks.
I knew the gender of my baby from 10 weeks anyway, because I did the blood test. So,
I'm going to help you out this time.
work. What? Oh,
16! That's 20.
sorry. That's right. Oops.
Blood test. This can be done from about 9 weeks and takes about a week to get the results. That's what we did, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how we knew we were having a boy. It doesn't just... You can get ones that just do blood, just do gender. But the one we did... It basically checked for all not all, for some chromosomal disorders. And it also, at the same time, could tell gender based off whether there was X and Y chromosomes or just X.
Yeah.
And we had X and Y.
I don't know what to do now. Because it's 17 and 18.
Oh, but
17 and 18.
This would be amniocentesis and CVS.
CVS and amnio... Thank you for saying that, because I don't know how to say it. Testing.
That's
Chronic villus sampling, which tests some of the placenta, can be done at 11 to 13 weeks.
And after 16 weeks, you can do amniocentesis, which actually takes
Test
a bit
the amniotic fluid.
from the amniotic fluid.
It says it right there.
But there's actually risks involved with that procedure, so you generally would only do it if...
Oh, there you go.
Don't interrupt. You generally would only do those procedures if you were were high risk and wanted to make sure for certain you were high risk for those. I got distracted, the dog barked. Good girl, Niels.
Oh, it was so hard to close.
There's a lot of risks involved with amniocentesis and chronic villus sampling.
CVS.
CVS? I think that's how you say it. I can't remember.
It is.
And so you'd only really do those if you'd done the other tests, such as the 12-week scan or the blood tests. And they'd come back as you were high risk for having...
Well, what it does say on here...
a chronic...
Would that make you read?
Yeah.
While these invasive procedures can predict the sex of a child with 99% accuracy, they both carry risk of miscarriage, so are not recommended except to rule out genetic conditions.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know, because we say you have to stumble over your words. 19!
I don't think that was in the camera.
What do you reckon? Ultrasound.
Yeah.
Ultrasound.
That proved boy at 20 weeks as well.
Most reliable way is to video the little bugger and to see if you can see what needs to be seen. But a word of warning, the kiddo may not be cooperative by flashing, and in rare cases it can be interpreted incorrectly.
Yeah.
If it's done by a skilled person, there's 90 to 95% certainty on gender.
Yeah. We already knew the gender was a boy based off the blood test, and then the ultrasound confirmed it. He was, at the 20-week ultrasound, he was head down, so you could see very clearly it was a little boy. Well, you couldn't. He wasn't there. Cause
I couldn't see him.
I was in Queensland for my 20-week ultrasound.
Even when you showed me, I couldn't see
on holiday.
anything.
I did show him, but he couldn't see.
I can't see anything.
But yeah, so it can be wrong, especially towards the beginning. But generally, if you wait till like 20 weeks, it's pretty accurate.
Do you know what's sad?
What?
We're up to our last one.
Okay.
20! Do you know what it is?
Oh, Millie looks really cute. Can you take a picture of it quickly?
Okay, we'll just drum roll, please.
Oh, wow, she moved.
No, I got it before she moved.
Okay.
Number 20.
I'll add that in.
Birth.
Birth. Okay, well.
When it's out, when in doubt, wait till it's out. That's a pretty definite one way or the other result.
Not necessarily.
That's a pretty definite result one way or the other. You have a 50% chance of each pregnancy of having a boy.
Funny that.
Unless... No, don't worry. Just say unless you had twins, in which case 50 plus 50 is 100, but that just doesn't work like that.
Does not.
No, it does not work like that.
Yeah. But you can have chromosomal disorders on your X and Y chromosomes, so that like your Y chromosome acts like an X and vice versa sort of thing. So you can think it's a boy, but it might actually genetically be a girl.
I'm just going to go through a different list.
Is that too complicated?
And see if you have any of these things.
Okay, so pretty much I'm having a girl if you go off all those wives' tales.
Morning sickness.
My back hurts.
Oh, here we go.
Is there another one?
We haven't mentioned this one before.
Ooh.
Mood swings.
Okay.
One myth suggests that pregnant women who do not experience mood swings are carrying boys. See, look, another one for girl.
No, that's a girl.
So yeah.
So I think that's it.
So according to the internet, we're having a girl.
Yeah, moral of the story is, according to the majority of old wives' tales, we're having a girl.
But it's actually a boy.
It's a boy.
Belly shots.
Yeah. I never know how to do belly shots.
You did the same thing last week.
I know, but it's like, what do? You just sort of stand in front of a camera.
Maybe you thought it was cute when I touched it, so let me touch it.
Poke it then. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Oh, maybe I should mention this.
That's what you were going to mention.
Was it?
Yeah, you said that after the...
I want to put it up so I can see my face. But then you can't see my belly.
Why were you next to me? Oh, that was my hand. Trying to break my arm, baby.
I was watching on the camera where to sit, and it was a bit...
You sat on my arm, and you almost broke
I
it.
couldn't see.
You're not right anymore. What's that 60-kilo girl I met?
I was pretty sure I would have been more than 60 kilos when we met. Basically, this isn't this week thing. I've had this for a while. The linear... I almost said Alba, but it's not. It's the linear Niagara. Is that how you say it?
Isn't linear alba a type of owl?
Taito alba.
Sorry.
No, linear alba basically just means line white. It's the where your abs connect is a white line.
Oh yeah, linear.
And you generally can't see the white line, but when you're pregnant, it darkens into the linear nigra, which is line black, I think. Might be line brown, I have no idea.
Still can't breathe.
Yeah. But I noticed it when did I notice it? The line, yeah.
You've had your first that for ages.
I've had it for ages, but
You've had that
it
for a
was
good
like
15 to 20 weeks, sorry.
No.
No?
No.
You had it before you went to Queensland.
Did I?
You did.
Only very, 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 very faintly though.
Yeah, no, but you first noticed it and now you said there's a line here, but I swear there's not actually a line here.
Yeah, I swear I could see a line. It's like line eyes on a pregnancy test. I swear I could see a line, but then it like wasn't there, but I could see it. But I felt like it was just from my, I don't know, hairline or something. But then a couple of weeks ago, it got to the point where I actually sent Mika a picture of my belly and was like, there's a line there, isn't there? I'm not imagining it. And she saw it.
Oh.
What?
I'll wait for you to finish.
Okay. So it's actually been visible for other people for a couple of weeks. But I do find it weird that I always thought they sort of started from the bottom and then grew to the top, but mine actually just has always been the entire length. It also goes way further up than I thought. It goes up like between my boobs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gotten darker down the bottom the last week.
I remembered what you wanted to say.
What?
You wanted to go through your book because you had events coming up this week. Because we're starting prenatal classes!
Where's my book?
Outside.
Can you go get it?
We're starting prenatal classes.
This week?
Yeah. And then we tell them what they're like next week.
Okay, go.
Because I haven't told you yet, but they've given me the whole day off.
Oh.
I didn't want the whole day off.
Could you go get my book?
I have to talk to him and see if that was like...
intentional or not.
Intentional, or was it just...
Oh, okay.
Like, because they sometimes give me Tuesdays off. There's a sappy at the door.
Your belly gets too stretched to do this. Oh. My uterus is exploding through the middle. Help me out, Mills. Oh, that was quicker than I thought. You knew where it was.
Yeah, it was on camera.
Okay, so this week... Oh, hold on.
You know it's this part of the bed like 6.
Well, actually, as of tomorrow... Sorry. As of tomorrow, I have to start fasting for not till 10 p.m, so I'll just have dinner and stop. I have to start fasting for the GTT test. test.
The T.
Glucose tolerance test. I even wrote GTT test, even though one of the T's is for test. But anyway. You actually have to leave 3 hours.
Is that the thing I have to go with you with?
Yeah. So basically, what that is 10 o'clock I start fasting. I'm still allowed water. I'm still allowed water, and I'm still allowed any medications and supplements I want to take. Problem is I have to take my supplements with food, so there goes that. And then 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. somewhere in there, I have to go into the hospital. I don't know if it's the actual hospital. I think it's like the pathologist place at the hospital.
Will you put Path West?
Path West, yeah. But it's at the hospital. And I'm pretty I haven't done one, obviously, but I'm pretty sure they give you a really, really sugary drink or something similar. Possibly take your blood before the drink or just after. And I don't know. And then they wait an hour or 2 hours, I don't know again. Take your blood again and see how your body's reacted and how it's processed that much sugar. And it can tell them whether or not...
Stop moving the book.
Sorry. It can tell them whether or not you're at risk or have gestational diabetes.
I think I was trying to read my thumbs over.
Oh, sorry.
Ultrasound.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what that is.
It's on Monday.
On Monday.
Thursday.
Wait, I'm not done with the Monday thing. I'm actually really worried about the Monday thing because I've heard a lot of people get really sick from not eating for so long and then suddenly having a really, really sugary drink. The drink is, some people hate it, some people are okay with it and just very few people have seemed to like it.
Well, yeah, it's just sugar. Why would you want just sugar in water?
Yeah, I know.
It's like a sugar syrup.
But a lot of people feel really, really bad after it. Like,
you're not great with a lot of amounts of sugar.
Yeah, I actually get really bad headaches if I have something really sugary. You have to remain sitting the entire time.
You today literally had both boy and girl cravings in a meal.
What did I have?
You had ice chocolate, donut balls, and chips and gravy.
Yeah, that's true. Donut balls with sugar all over them. And then this week I've got to drink lots. That's because I have to be well hydrated 3 or 4 days before my ultrasound, which is actually next Saturday, which technically is my next week, because that's when... Well, drink lots starts on Wednesday, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Next Saturday I have an ultrasound, this one's not for any medical reason, it's just so my family, Luke...
It's my Christmas present!
Yeah, because he couldn't see my 20-week ultrasound. His Christmas present was I'd go to an ultrasound so he could actually see baby, because he hadn't seen it for a while.
Taken 3 months.
It's been a while. And then also my aunt's over from Queensland, so it'd be good for her to see it, and then the rest of my family can come see as well. It'll also be recorded, so I'm excited for the pictures and videos. Other than that, the only other thing we have on starting this week is the beginning of our, I almost said prenatal, I've always said antenatal. Our antenatal and or prenatal classes.
2.5 hours. Which
starts on Thursday. Well, it actually goes for 2 hours, but the midwife said that quite often they just stick around and chat for a good half hour after, so that starts on Thursday. Luke's got the day off work, or at least the afternoon off work, to turn up.
You mean at least the evening off work?
Yeah.
I start at 2.
It's not up till night time. So yeah, that should be exciting. The reason we're doing it so early, because I know most people don't start them till like 32 weeks, is just we either they run in 4-week group.
4-week groups?
They run in 4-week blocks. So it was like either we started now and went from 27 weeks to 31 weeks, or I think the next block didn't start till I was like 33 weeks.
Yeah,
because they have a week break or something.
Weeks.
To 37 weeks, and she was like, that's a bit pushing it, you probably want to be a bit more prepared before then. So we did the earlier one. Also, if we did the later one, it would have been going into it, getting close to exams, so we want to not be doing stuff during exam time and lead up to it.
And we're also going to footy.
Yeah, we're also going to the footy after the ultrasound, but that's not till next Saturday, so that'll be the day I'm 28 weeks.
That'd be a tough day to pull it.
Okay.
And you need to go. And now we need to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You're always tired. Literally, we went to the dog park.
Wait. I was also going to mention that I'm probably going to have to put this bit in at the beginning. But the last week I've been really tired. Yeah. Like, how long did I sleep last night?
As I was just about to say, we literally went to the dog park this morning after like a good 7 to 8 hours sleep last night. And on the way home you said...
I was close to 8 or 10.
I'm so ready for bed. Oh yeah, we didn't get up till 9.
Yeah, and we went to bed early.
At 9. We're in bed for 12 hours, and you said after like an hour and a half at the dog park, I'm ready for bed now.
And the only reason I woke up was because you needed to go to the toilet. And then you came back in and I was like, damn it, now I need to go to the toilet again.
Even
for the third time.
Already been like 1,000 times.
Third or fourth time going to the toilet, but he needed to go finally. And it woke me and I was like, you know what? The last 2 times I've been to the toilet, the sun's been up. It's time to wake up now.
You know, I actually don't know why I didn't go to the toilet because I had to get up to yell at the cats.
Yeah.
And I just got back in bed and went back to sleep and got up like 15 minutes later and went to the toilet.
But yeah, the last week I've been really tired. Okay. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Looks like we're not the only tired ones. If you enjoyed watching, please give this video a like, and if you'd like to see more videos in the future, hit subscribe. Thank you!